So payback period, then discounted payback period that we have done. After that we have done duration, then we have done modified duration, correct? Then we have done NPV with inflation, then foreign NPV, then APV, adjusted present value, also we have done. Okay, then we have done with IRR and we have done with MIRR, correct? Also we have studied our, which method we have done, the last one, profitability index, which compares your NPV with your initial investment, correct? So all these methods will need now, okay, in this sensitivity analysis. Okay, so now see here what they are going to ask in the exams also. In sensitivity analysis, they will say that your investment, the investment depends primarily upon the following factors. One is your selling price per unit, then comes your sales volume, number of units, then comes your cost per unit, then comes the life of the project, okay, then it also depends upon initial investment, okay, and it also depends upon your WACC, that is your discounting factor, okay. So out of all these 6, okay, so management says the investment decisions depends primarily upon these factors. There are other factors as well, like taxation is there, correct? Then your inflation is there, okay, but these are the main factors that will decide my cash flows. Inflation affects cash flows, taxation affects cash flows, okay. So those are secondary to affecting my cash flows, but these are primary, okay. So for example, if the selling price decreases, what happens to my NPV? Yes, if selling price decreases, what happens to my NPV? Will it increase or will it decrease? Tell me on the group chat. If selling price decreases, does my NPV increase or my NPV decreases? Correct, it will decrease, because selling price decreases, sales decreases, CFT decreases, and my NPV will also start to decrease. Okay, so now in sensitivity analysis, I want to find out, as management, I want to find out till what point of time I can afford my selling price to decrease. Okay, till what point of time I can afford my selling price to decrease. After a certain percentage, if selling price decreases, NPV will decrease and it will become 0. If NPV is 0, the project is worthless to me, correct? So I want to find out till what percentage, at what percent selling price decrease my company can afford, correct? Similarly, sales volume, if sales volume decreases, what will happen? Will my NPV increase or my NPV decrease? If sales volume decreases, what happens to the NPV? NPV again decreases, NPV will again decrease, correct? Because sales volume decreases means what? Number of units, your production decreases, sales decreases, cash flow decreases, my NPV decreases. Again the same thing. Management wants to find out till what percentage can my production drop, okay? After a certain point of time, if my production drops further, my NPV will become 0 and I cannot accept my project, okay? Similarly, cost per unit, if cost increases, then NPV decreases, correct? Cost, it will be the other way around. If cost increases, if my cost increases, the NPV will start to decrease. So again, what management wants to find? till what percentage can management afford the cost to increase? Beyond a certain percent increase of cost, beyond a certain percent increase of cost, what will happen? My NP will become zero. My NP will become zero. Fair enough. Next, life of the project. Do I want life of the project to increase or do I want life of the project to decrease? I want to maximize NPV. So should my life of the project increase or decrease? If I want to maximize NPV, the life of the project should increase, correct? The life of the project should increase. So what is the negative term for me? If life of the project decreases, if life of the project decreases, NPV also decreases, right? If life of the project decreases, NPV also decreases. So again, management wants to find out what is the life of the project, what is the minimum life of the project that company can afford. Okay. Next, initial investment. If initial investment increases, if initial investment increases, what happens to the NPV? If initial investment increases means cost increases. If cost increases, NPV will start to decrease. Okay. So again, management wants to find out till what point of time, till what percentage we can afford the investment to increase. After a certain point, if investment increases, NPV becomes zero and I cannot accept the project. Okay. And last point is your WACC. Okay. If discounting factor increases, if WACC, that is cost, increases, what will happen? My NPV will start to decrease. My NPV decreases. Okay. So again, what management wants to find? What is the maximum increase that we can afford in our WACC? Okay. So see what management is doing. These all 6 factors are primary factors which will affect my NPV. Okay, they will directly affect my NPV. Okay, these factors are not secondary, they are directly affecting my NPV. So management wants to know, okay, which factor, change in which factor, wants to know change in which factor will affect the NPV the most, will affect NPV the most, correct? So management wants to know change in which factor, which of the above factors will affect my NPV the most, correct? And that is why what we are going to do, we are going to do a sensitivity analysis. Okay, that is which is the most sensitive factor for the NPV to be zero. Okay, because the point of time where NPV becomes zero, I will immediately reject the project. I will not wait for NPV to become negative. I will not wait for NPV to become negative. Even if NPV is zero, I'll immediately reject the project. Understood this? Okay. So that is what we are going to find out. Write this down. Write this down. Then we'll start. So in sensitivity analysis, we are going to find out change, or rather than change, we are going to find out percentage change. So management wants to know percentage change in which of the above factor will affect the company's NPV the most. So that is sensitivity analysis. Which is the most sensitive factor for NPV to be zero? Okay. So we'll have to do it for all the factors, guys. We'll have to do this for all the factors separately. Okay. At what selling price NPV becomes zero? At what sales volume NPV becomes zero? At what cost per unit NPV becomes zero? At what life of the project NPV becomes zero? At what initial investment NPV becomes zero? And at what discounting factor NPV becomes zero? Okay. Some of that you already know. So for example, at what discounting factor does my NPV become 0? You guys already know the answer. At what discounting factor does my NPV become 0? Yes, we have studied this before. Correct. IRR. So for this WACC, we can directly find out IRR, and we'll know our sensitivity factor. Correct. Then which method compares initial investment and NPV? Which is the method that we studied which compares initial investment and NPV? That also we have done. Yes. Anyone? Cost benefit, but what is the name of the method which directly compares initial investment with the NPV? Profitability index, right? What is the formula of profitability index? It was NPV upon initial investment. Okay. Now, which method compares life of the project with NPV? That also you guys know. Which method compares life of the project with NPV? You guys know this. You guys know this already. Discounted payback period. Correct. Period, right? Period means what? Life of the project. Okay. So that's what I said. We will need all those methods while calculating the sensitivity analysis. Okay. So obviously we'll need NPV method. Okay. NPV will need discounted payback. We'll need profitability index, and we'll also need our IRR. Okay. So I want to know new factors. I want to know new selling price where NPV is 0. I want to know the new sales volume where NPV is 0. I want to know the new cost per unit where NPV is 0. I want to know the new life of the project where NPV is 0. Okay. So that is what we are going to do in sensitivity analysis. Okay. Let us start then. We'll directly start with the sum. And this is a very important sum for a 20 marks question. You can expect this. For a 20 marks question. Okay. In F9, this was only for objective level questions. Okay. Now they will be expecting you to make a sensitivity analysis and submit the report. So with conclusion, we are going to do this. Okay. Let us start. Check this sum. Initial investment is $1.2 million. Okay. Selling price per unit is $75. Variable cost is $35. There is no fixed cost. In the first sum, if you want, let us not take tax. Tax I can give you for your homework. Okay. Tax calculation I can give it to you for your homework. Okay. WACC is 10%. Sales volume 40,000, 50,000, and 60,000. Make a sensitivity analysis with respect to the following: selling price per unit. So let us make this as selling price per unit. Okay. Then cost per unit, sales volume, life of the project, WACC, and initial investment. So we have to suggest the management which out of all these 6 factors, okay, which out of all these 6 factors is the most sensitive one, and which is the factor where management needs to give its utmost focus. Okay, let us start then. Should we take tax in the first problem itself, or should I give the taxation problem for homework? Let me know. Yes, what? Yes, to do the tax in this problem now. Okay, so let us take tax also. Tax at 10%. Tax at 10%. Okay, means you guys won't need to do any homework, right? Okay, so first thing is what? First thing we'll calculate our normal NPV. First, let's just calculate our normal NPV. Once we get our normal NPV, then we'll focus on doing the sensitivity analysis. Okay. So sales volume is given, selling price per unit is given, variable cost per unit is given, tax is also given, and WACC is also given. Okay. So like always we do selling price minus variable cost Therefore, contribution, correct, minus fixed cost. There is no fixed cost. Okay. So PBDIT. I'll just add one more thing over here. Ignore depreciation. Ignore depreciation. Okay. So no fixed cost, and we are ignoring depreciation. We are ignoring depreciation because the problem has not said anything. So I added that adjustment. Okay. In homework problem, I can give depreciation. So contribution PBDIT. So there is no depreciation. So PBDIT itself will become my PBT. Correct. Since there is no fixed cost, no depreciation, PBDIT becomes my PBT minus tax. Therefore, PAT. Okay. Again, there is no depreciation. So this itself becomes CFAT. Cash flow after tax. Correct. Into discounting factor will give me what? Will give me the present value of cash flow. Okay. So what is the selling price? Selling price is 75 per unit. Variable cost is 35 per unit. So can I say contribution is 40 per unit? Okay. And sales volume are what? Sales volume are 40,000, 50,000, 60,000, 40,000, 50,000 and 60,000. Okay. So contribution is 40. So can I say this is 40,000 into 40? Correct. Now guys, pay attention. Huh? PBT is 10%. PBT is 10%. So can I say, sorry, tax is 10%. Tax is 10%. So can I say PAT or CFAT is 90%? Correct. If tax is 10%, there is no fixed cost, there is no depreciation. Okay. So contribution minus tax can directly give me PAT. So if tax is 10%, I can say PAT or CFAT. Correct. PAT oblique CFAT is 90%. PAT oblique CFAT is 90%. Okay. So directly I can take this amount into 90%. That will give me my PAT. Okay. See, I am simplifying this so that we can make an equation out of this. I am simplifying this so that we can make an equation out of this. Discounting factor is 10% into discounting factor at 10%. That is 1 divided by 1.1 raised to 1. Okay. And what is the PV of cash flow? It will be this amount into this amount. Correct. You also need initial investment. You'll also need initial investment in year 0. So year 0 initial investment is how much? Initial investment is 1.2 million. Negative. Okay, so what is the NPV then? NPV equal to sum of all of these. So we have a positive NPV. We have a positive NPV. Just check if you are getting this NPV. Yes or no? Are you getting this NPV? Okay. So that's your original NPV. Okay. That's the original NPV. Now we can start with our sensitivity analysis. Sensitivity analysis. Okay. So first is what? First is my selling price. First is my selling price. Okay. So now I want a new selling price. So what was the existing selling price? Existing selling price was $75. Okay. So with a selling price of $75, company had positive NPV. Company had positive NPV equal to what? Equal to this amount, 3.21 million. $3.21 million. Okay. So what should be the new selling price? What should be the new selling price? Okay. Where NPV equal to 0. Okay. Because once NPV becomes 0, what I am going to do? I am going to reject the project. Correct. I am going to reject the project. Okay. So now I want to find out a new selling price where my NPV is going to be 0. So if you understood what we are going to do. Okay. So what is the formula of NPV? NPV equal to PV of cash inflow, correct, minus PV of cash outflow. Okay, NPV equal to PV of cash inflow minus PV of cash outflow. Okay. So if selling price changes, we don't know the new selling price, right? If selling price changes, it will affect only my cash inflows. My cash outflow will still remain same. Okay. So now we know NPV has to be 0. So 0 equal to what? PV of cash inflow minus PV of cash outflow. Also we know already. How much is the PV of cash outflow? 1.2 million. That also we know. Okay. Now see how I'm going to formulate this. Guys, pay attention. This is very important. See how I'm going to formulate my PV of cash inflow. Okay. So 0 equal to, how did we calculate PV of cash inflow? It was selling price minus variable cost, correct? Selling price minus variable cost, the whole thing into sales volume into volume, correct? Into 90% give me PAT, 10% was the tax, right? So into 1 minus t, instead of doing into 1 minus 10%, we can directly do into 90% give me PAT, and into discounting factor give me present value of cash inflow. That was for 1 year, correct? And I did this for all the years. I have done this for all the years, correct? So all years, I have done this for all years. So in short, I can say, okay, I can say plus, okay, plus same logic, second year also this thing, and plus third year also this thing, correct? So selling price minus variable cost into volume into 90% into discounting factor for first year, year one, correct? Plus selling price minus variable cost into volume into 90% into discounting factor of year two, plus selling price minus variable cost into 90% into discounting factor of year three. That gave me what? That gave me the total present value of cash flow, and minus 1.2 million. It will become 0. Yes, correct. If fixed cost was given, we will have fixed cost also over here. So if fixed cost was given, it would have been selling price minus variable cost, correct, into volume minus fixed cost into 90% into discounting factor of year one. Okay, so now guys, pay attention. Huh? If selling price changes, only this selling price, new selling price, we don't know, but rest all remains the same, correct? Rest all remains the same. So now 0 equal to, okay, let's just keep selling price as selling price. It will be selling price. So let us say selling price is X. Let us say selling price is X. Okay, so X minus, what is the variable cost? Variable cost is how much? 35. Okay, into what is the volume for the first year? 40,000 into 90% gives me PAT into discounting factor 0.9091. Correct, that is the first year. Plus what is for the second year? Same thing, X minus 35 into what is the volume? Sales volume in the second year is 50,000 into 50,000 into 90% into 0.8264, and plus X minus 35 into 60,000 into 90% into 0.7513. That will give me total present value of all cash inflows, okay, and the whole thing minus 1.2 million should be equal to 0. Second year is how much? 0.8264, right? And 0.7513. Okay, I've taken till 4 decimals. You can take it till 3 decimals also, no problem. Okay. Okay, now out of all of these, what is the common factor? What is the common factor? X minus 35 is common, correct? So I can bring that out. So that will become what? 0 equal to, okay, or we can take this 1.2 million, this 1.2 million, we can take it over here. So this will be what? This will be 1.2 million equal to 1.2 million will now become positive, right? 1.2 million will be equal to this 1.2 million I have taken on the left hand side. I'll take out X minus 35 common. X minus 35 is common thing that I'll take out, correct? And into, it will be what? 40,000 into 90%, correct, into 0.9091, plus 50,000 into 90% into 0.8264, correct, and plus 60,000 into 90% into 0.7513. Correct, na? See the two brackets. See if you understood these two brackets. I'll just write it over here if you want. You have to form this equation only once, huh? In the entire problem, you just need to form this equation only once. Correct? So 1.2 million should be equal to x minus 35 into, just take the total of this, all of this, so that will be what? Correct? So that will be x minus 35 into this amount, that is 40,000 into 90% to 0.9091, plus second year 50,000 to 90% to 0.8264, and plus third year 60,000 to 90% to 0.7513. Correct? Okay. So therefore 1.2 million should be equal to what? Should be equal to x minus 35 into 110,485. So now find out x minus 35. So this will go here. So it will become what? 120,000, sorry, 1.2 million divided by 110,485 should be equal to x minus 35. X minus 35. So 10.86 will be equal to what? Will be equal to x minus 35. Correct? 10.886 will be equal to x minus 35. So what is the value of x? So 35 will come over here. So 10.86 plus 35 will be equal to x, will be equal to x. Okay, so what is the value of x? So x is equal to 45.86, 45.86. So the new selling price will be 45.86. So at selling price of 75, NPV was positive. NPV was positive, right? And now we know at selling price of 45.86, what will be the NPV? NPV will be 0. NPV will be 0. Okay. So how much is the change in selling price? So change in selling price will be what? Will be 75 minus 45.86. That is 29.14. The selling price can drop up to 29.14. Then only NPV will become 0. And if I want this in percentage change, so if I want this in percentage change, that will be what? Change upon original into 100, right? So that will be 29.14 divided by 75 into 100. So 38.85%. Okay, it means what? Management can afford selling price to drop till 38.85%, till 38.85%. Correct? Any drop, any decrease beyond this point, and NP will become negative. Beyond this point, and NPV will be negative. NP will be negative. Okay, see if you understood this. See if you understood the entire thing. So that is only for selling price we have done. Huh? Similarly, we have to do it for all the factors. We have to do this for all the factors. See if you understood this formula, this for equation, formulating this equation. See if you understood this. Then it is only your 7th, 8th standard mathematics after that. Formulating this equation was important. I did not know what should be the new selling price, so I took the new selling price as X. Okay, and I just replaced it in the PV of cash flow formula. PV of cash flow was nothing but what? Selling price minus variable cost into volume. Correct? So that give me contribution into 90%, that give me PAT, into discounting factor of year 1, that give me PV of cash flow. But that was only for year 1. Same thing I did for year 2 plus year 3. This whole thing is PV of cash inflow. Correct? Minus 1,20,000 will be my PV of cash outflow. Okay, so this was PV of cash inflow and this was PV of cash outflow. Correct? This was PV of cash outflow. So this 1,20,000, I took it over this side and I solved this equation and I found out the value of X. I found the value of X. Okay, so X is what? X is 45.86. So at the previous selling price of 75, NPV was positive. At the previous selling price of 75, NPV was positive. And if the selling price is 45.86, NPV is 0. So how much is the change in selling price? Change in selling price will be 75 minus 45.86. That is 29.14. But I just don't want change in selling price. I want percentage change. So how did I do percentage change? Change upon original into 100. So change was 29.14. Original was 75 into 100. Okay. And that's the conclusion. So management can afford selling price to drop till 38.85%. Okay. It can afford selling price to drop till 38.85%. Any decrease beyond this point and NP will become negative. Okay. See if you understood. And should we go ahead with the second one now? Should we go ahead with the cost per unit? Okay. Now, what is the current? So second one, cost per unit. Cost per unit. Okay. What is the current cost? What was the current cost? 35. Correct. So at current cost of 35, NPV is positive. NPV is positive. Correct. What should be the new cost? What should be the new cost where NPV equal to 0? What should be the new cost? New cost per unit where NPV equal to 0. Okay. Now pay attention, guys. You don't need to formulate everything again. You don't need to formulate everything again. Okay. Let's just see what changes. Okay. Okay, so doubt is the NPV that we calculated previously, does it have any use in calculating? Yes, it will have use in calculating sensitivity analysis for your initial investment period. Okay, so when we do initial investment, for that we'll use that NPV. Okay, otherwise for discounted payback also we can use that. Okay, otherwise there is no use of that previous NPV. Okay, so we are not going to do this on formula basis. In F9 you must have been taught on formula basis, but formula will not work if there is fixed cost in between, there is depreciation in between, there is tax in between, then that formula will not work. Okay, so that is why I am not teaching you on formula basis. Okay, that was okay for F9 level, because F9 level the problem is were also easy. Okay, here they will give you additional adjustment. Okay, so that additional adjustment you need to formulate that. Okay, so now guys pay attention. NPV formula still remains same. NPV equal to PV of cash inflow minus PV of cash outflow. Okay, cost per unit will not affect my initial investment. So again this will be what? PV of cash inflow minus 1.2 million. PV of cash inflow, how did I do it? Selling price minus variable cost into volume into 90% into discounting factor of year 1. Okay, now we are keeping selling price as original. So what is the selling price? So we should keep selling price as what? 75. Okay, we should keep selling price as 75, 75, correct. And instead of 35 we should take what? We should take X, because cost we want to change the cost, correct. So instead of X minus 35, what we are going to take? We are going to take 75 minus X. Selling price will keep as it is and we are just changing the cost. So can I say directly till here I can do the same thing? I can directly do it here also. Instead of X minus 35 I should replace this by 75 minus X. You don't need to formulate and solve this again and again, correct. So what is the X? So X will be 75 minus 10.86, 10.86. Done. That's it. So instead of X minus 75, now we know selling price as 75 and we did not know what was the cost. Okay, so here also 75 minus X. So you don't need to, in the exam you don't need to show everything again. You can just replace in the final formula. Okay, you can just replace that in the final formula. That is also acceptable. You don't need to show all these workings again. Okay, so what is the X then? What is the new cost? New cost will be 64.14. Okay, so what is the original cost? Original cost was 35, NPV was positive. At the original cost of 35, NPV was positive. What is the new cost? New cost is 64.14. 64.14. NP will be 0. NP will be 0. Correct. So what is the change in cost? So change in cost will be 64.14 minus 35. So change in cost is 29.14. Correct. And what is the percentage change? So that will be 29.14 divided by original. Original was 35 into 100. So management can afford the cost to increase by what? 83.25%. management can afford the cost to increase till 83.25%, and any increase beyond this point, and the NP will become negative. See if you understood. Okay, cost formula again I'll tell you. The same thing remains, right? NPV formula is the same thing. Selling price minus variable cost into volume into 90% into discounting factor of year 1 plus same thing for year 2 plus same thing for year 3. Now I am just going to change the cost, right? I'm just going to change the cost. Selling price will be original. What is the original selling price? 75. Okay. So instead of selling price, I'll write 75. And instead of cost, I'll write what? X. So the previous equation was what? X minus 35 into so and so. Instead of that, what should I take? Instead of X minus 35, I should take 75 minus X. So instead of X, I'll write selling price, and instead of cost, I'll write X. Okay. So entire formula, you are only going to replace the last paragraph. Even if you replace this one, that is okay. 10.86 was equal to what? X minus 35. 10.86 was X minus 35. Now this will become what? 10.86 is equal to 75 minus X. Okay. See if this is understood. Should we go ahead with sales volume now? Okay. So sales volume. Now again the formula of sales volume remains same. This is the formula, right? This is the formula. Sales volume will again not affect my initial investment. Okay. So now 75 minus 35, this remains same. Correct. 75 minus 35, this remains same. 75 minus 35, this remains same. What should change? Only the sales volume should change. Correct. So sales volume is what? 40,000, 50,000, 60,000. Sales volume was 40,000, 50,000, 60,000. I need sales volume. So I'll keep it as what? Ratio I have to keep the same. So it will be 4x. This will be 5x. And this will be 6x. Find the value of x. Done. See if this is understood. What I changed. Okay. Because now selling price we know it remains 75. Variable cost we know it remains 35. Okay. Only the sales volume we need new sales volume where NPV equal to 0. So instead of taking it as 40,000, 50,000, 60,000, we should take it as X. But since sales volume is different each year, I need to keep the ratio same. So instead of 40, 50, 60, I have taken 4x, 5x, and 6x. Okay, solve the equation then. So I can do it this way also. This will be 75 minus 35. Correct. And then divide the entire thing by 10,000, right? Divide the entire thing by 10,000. So this will be what? This will be 4x. Correct. This will be 5x. And this will be 6x. And instead here I'll write what? This amount will be 11.048x. So 75 minus 35 into 11.04x. 11.04x. 11.048 x. Correct? Find the value of x. So the 40 will go there now. This will be divided by 40 should be equal to 11.048x. Correct? So 30,000 should be equal to 11.048x. So x equal to what? 30,000 divided by 11.048. So x will be 2715. X will be 2715. But I don't want x. I want what? I want 4x, 5x, and 6x. Okay. So this will be what? This will be into 4. This will be into 5. And this will be into 6. So these are my new sales volume. Correct? Previous sales volume were 40,000, 50,000, 60,000. And now the new sales volume are 10,000, 861, 13,577, and 16,292. So if you understood this, okay, so this will be, instead of 40, we have taken 4x, instead of 50, we have taken 5x, and instead of 60, we have taken 6x. In short, we have just divided by 10,000 and added the x. So once you formulate for one element, you can use the same equation for other elements as well. It will make your job easy. Okay, so once you get the value of x, I don't want x, I don't want x. I wanted what? I wanted 4x, 5x, and 6x, right? So these are the figures. Okay. So these are what? These are my new volume. Correct. These are my new volume, new sales volume. What were my old sales volume? Old sales volume were 40, 50, 60, 40,000, 50,000, and 60,000, right? So what is the change? Change will be this minus this. Correct. But I don't want change. I want percentage change. Okay. See, percentage change will remain same because we had kept the ratio same. So percentage change will be what? Change upon original into 100, right? So percentage change will be change divided by original and the whole thing into 100. The whole thing into 100. Percentage change remains same because we had kept the ratio same. Okay. So percentage change is what? Percentage change equal to 72.84. So management can afford sales volume. Management can afford the sales volume to decrease till 72.84%, 72.84%, and any decrease beyond this point and NP will become 0. Any decrease beyond this point and NP will become 0. Okay, check your answers. I'll give you 2 minutes. Okay, done. Any doubts still here? If there is any doubt, I can explain it once again. No problem. You just tell me. Let us move ahead then. Okay, I am going to upload all lectures on YouTube, but the space is too much. The recording is too high. Okay, and we are having network issues over here. Okay, so that's why it is not possible to upload it right now on YouTube. Okay, each episode is way too high on its storage capacity, and we are having many network issues over here. So I'm keeping it with me. I'm holding up all the recordings with me, so you don't need to worry about it. Okay, once I get good network, I'll immediately upload it. Okay, or maybe I can just upload it on a drive and send you the link. Okay, so now we have done with 3 elements, right? We have done with selling price, we have done with your cost per unit, and we have done with, what was the last thing? Sales volume. Okay, next, what is the next thing we want to do? Next thing we want is our life of the project. Life of the project. Okay, so we want what is the existing life of the project? Current life is 3 years. Current life is 3 years, where what is happening, where NPV is positive, where NPV is positive. Correct. I want new life of the project where NPV equal to 0, where NPV equal to 0. Okay, so can I say we can use discounted payback period? Discounted payback period. Okay, because discounted payback period is what? It is that period where we recover the initial investment, and when we recover the initial investment, what happens? PV of cash inflow is equal to PV of cash outflow. So discounted payback period will give the new life. Will give us the new life. Okay. So we can use these now. We can use these, right? We can use these. So year one, how much? Year one is 1.3 million. Okay. And I wanted to recover how much? I only wanted to recover 1.2 million. So discounted payback period will be between what? Period will be between year 0 and 1, right? Year 0 and 1. See if you are remembering this. If you are able to recollect this, I wanted to recover 1.2 million. I wanted to recover 1.2 million. But year one itself is what? Year one itself is 1.3 million. Means what? My 1.2 million will be recovered between year 0 and year 1. Okay. So that will be how much? That will be unrecovered amount. So nothing is recovered. So that will be 0 years plus year 0 plus unrecovered amount divided by cash flow of next year. Unrecovered amount divided by cash flow, PV of cash flow of next year, right? So till year zero, we have recovered, we have not recovered anything. So entire 1,20,000, sorry, 1.2 million is yet to be recovered, divided by cash flow of next year. What is the cash flow of next year? 130,9090. Correct. So that will be what? That will be 0.91 years. That will be 0.91 years. So in 3 years, NP is positive. When will NP become 0? If the project is only for 0.91 years. See if you are able to remember discounted payback. So old life was 3 years. New life is 0.91 years. Change is how much? Okay. I'll explain the life of the project concept again. Currently, life of the project is what? 3 years, right? 1, 2, and 3. Currently, life of the project was 3 years and NPV was positive. Okay. So I want new life of the project where NPV is 0. So obviously, if 3 years had a positive NPV, so when will be NPV 0? If it is less than 3. So new life should be less than 3. Okay. So for new life, what we do? For new life, we'll use our discounted payback period. Okay. Discounted payback period means what? Where initial investment is recovered. Correct. Where initial investment is recovered. Initial investment is recovered means what? PV of cash outflow is equal to PV of cash inflow. And when this happens, when PV of cash outflow and inflow are equal, NPV is what? NPV equal to 0. Correct. So in short, for life of the project, what we are going to do? We are going to calculate our discounted payback period. Okay. How do we calculate discounted payback period? We have to see where our initial investment is going to be recovered. In which year our initial investment is going to be recovered. So our 1.2 million, when will be our 1.2 million recovered? In year one itself, we have 1.3 million. Correct. In year one, it's at the end of entire first year, we have 1.3 million. So our 1.2 million will be recovered between year 0 and year 1. So that is the formula for our discounted payback. So it is between year 0 and 1. So that will be what? Year 0 plus unrecovered amount divided by PV of cash flow of next year. So till year 0, nothing was recovered. So what is the unrecovered amount? Entire 1.2 million was unrecovered amount divided by present value of cash flow of next year divided by this amount. So 0.91 years. Okay. So old life was 3 years, new life was 0.91. So change is what? Change is 2.09 years. Okay. So what is the percentage change? Percentage change will be 2.09 divided by 3 into 100. Change upon original into 100. 69%. Okay. So management can afford life of the project to decrease by 69.66%. Okay. Any decrease beyond this and NPV is negative. NPV becomes negative. We are doing the same sum since beginning today. We are doing the same sum. Only one sum we are doing. But this sum is covering all our methods that we have learned. This method is covering all the methods that we have learned. Okay, done. So that is the life of the project. Life of the project. And do write these conclusions, huh? Do write these conclusions. Okay. Next. So what is the next thing now? Initial investment. Initial investment. Correct. So current initial investment. Current initial investment is how much? Is 1.2 million. Where NPV is positive. Correct. I want new initial investment where NPV is 0. I want new initial investment where NPV is 0. Okay. So we are comparing, in short, we are comparing initial investment with NPV. Okay. We are comparing initial investment with NPV. That is, we are using profitability index. We are using profitability index. So profitability index will directly give me the answer. So what is the formula for PI? PI is equal to NPV divided by initial investment. Correct. So what was the NPV? NPV was this amount divided by 1.2 million. So correct. So PI is 2.68, profitability index is 2.68. Okay, so that is how much percent? That is almost, it is 268%. So we can afford initial investment to increase by 268%. Then also what? Then also we don't need to worry, because initial investment was way too less as compared to our project. This will give me direct the answer. Huh? This will not give me the new PI. This will directly give me the answer. I am comparing initial investment with NPV, so this will directly give me the answer. So management can afford initial investment to increase by 268%. So okay, I'll explain this once again. I'll explain this once again. Current initial investment is 1.2 million, where NPV is what? NPV is 3.21 million. Correct. So current initial investment of 1.2 million, NPV is 3.21 million. I want new initial investment where NPV is going to be 0. So I'm comparing what? I'm comparing only two elements. Current investment, sorry, I'm comparing initial investment and I'm comparing NPV. So when you compare initial investment and NPV, it gives us what? It gives us a profitability index that we have already studied before. So what is the formula for PI? PI is NPV divided by initial investment. Okay. So that is what? 2.68. This is 2.68. This is a ratio. The ratio is 2.68. So in percentage, it will be what? It will be 268%. Okay, initial investment is far less right now. Just see over here, na? Just see over here. Initial investment is only 1.2 million, and the first year itself, I am recovering more than 1.2 million. So till the end of 3 years, I am recovering quite enough. Okay, so even if initial investment increases too much, that is, even if it increases by 268%, I can still afford to have positive NPV. See, PI formula is inflow upon outflow. That is correct. PI formula is inflow upon outflow. But when we are ranking the project, what is the formula that we use? When we are taking out a ratio, we will never use inflow upon outflow. We'll always use NPV upon outflow, right? Whenever you are ranking a project, whenever you are comparing initial investment with NPV, you'll always use PI formula to be NP divided by initial investment. Okay. So can I say initial investment is the least least factor that the management needs to worry about, correct? Because initial investment is far too less as compared to the total inflows, correct? So even if initial investment increased by 200%, then also my NP will be positive, correct? Let us just check now. Let us just check. Okay. Correct. This is same as adding NP with outflow. Correct, Nitin? This is same as adding NP with the outflow. Okay. So even if I increase this initial investment by 200%, okay. So into 200%, how much it is going to be? It is going to be 2.4 million. Correct. If it is 2.4 million, still my NP is positive, right? If it is 2.4 million, still my NP is positive. Okay. Let us increase this by 250%. So even if initial investment increases to 3 million, my NP is what? My NP is still coming out to be positive. Correct? Okay. So management can afford what? Management can afford till 268%. Okay. Management can afford this increase till 268%. So while calculating sensitivity, I can immediately say that initial investment is the element which management need not to bother, because it can wait till 268% increase, and then also NP will become 0. So management has enough time. Management has enough time to control initial investment. It need not bother. It need not bother. It need not bother. See if this is understood. Okay, next. And what is the last thing? WACC. WACC. So what is the current WACC? Current WACC is 10%. Where NP is what? Where NPV is positive. Where NPV is positive. Correct? I want new WACC where NPV equal to 0. Okay, so next doubt is that how much less they can invest also to 68% decrease from the current? Not decrease, increase, right? If initial investment decreases, NP will even be more, correct? So when do we bother? We will bother only if initial investment increases, correct? Management will care only if initial investment increases, right? Because initial investment is a cost. If cost increases, then only my NP will start to decrease. Okay, like I showed over here, if the cost increases by 100%, then also it is not making my NPV 0. If cost increases by 200%, then also it is not making my NPV 0. If cost increases by 250% also, it is not making my NPV 0. Correct? So management has enough time. Okay, it did not bother about controlling the initial investment. It should bother more on controlling what? Selling price. Because selling price only 60% change will immediately make my NPV 0. Right? Okay, then what about working capital? So what doubt about working capital? See, working capital is only what? It is only a temporary capital, right? Working capital is only temporary. I am going to repay it to my manager. Like we show working capital, it is an outflow in the initial years. And then what do? We recover the working capital as inflow in the last year. Okay. So working capital will not affect if my initial investment is already low. If my initial investment is 1.2 million, obviously working capital will not be more than 1.2 million. Okay, if the project itself costs 1.2 million, working capital will not be more than 1.2 million. Okay, so as compared to the inflows, outflow, that is initial investment, is far too low. Okay, see, sometimes this happens, right? I start a company where I don't need much initial investment. Okay, when I start a company, I don't need much initial investment, and it will generate quite a few returns to me. It will generate quite a lot returns to me. Okay, then I don't need to worry about my initial investment. Correct? So for example, I'll take a simple example, okay, so that you guys can relate why this initial investment is not bothering. See, sensitivity can also impact. It will impact, but that impact will be very less. Okay, that's what I'm saying. The more the percentage, the lesser the impact. The more the percentage, the lesser the impact. Okay. For example, Amal and Nitin, okay, both are in front of me. Amal and Nitin both are in front of me. Okay. I slap Amal with 250% force. Okay. Amal does not cry. I slap Amal with 250% force. Amal does not cry. I slap Nitin with just 60% force, and Nitin starts to cry. Who is more sensitive then? Is Amal more sensitive or is Nitin more sensitive? Nitin, right? Correct. Because even with little force, Nitin is getting affected. Even with little force, Nitin is getting affected. While 250% force also, it does not affect Amal. Means what? Amal is not sensitive to the change, whereas Nitin is sensitive to the change. Correct? Okay. Now got it. Why initial investment is not bothering me? Okay, because initial investment I can wait up to 268% force also. Then also it is not going to affect me. So that is least of my concern. That is the least of my concern. Okay, next one. So WACC, current WACC is 10% where NPV is positive. New WACC, I want a new WACC where NPV is 0. We know NP will be 0 at what? NP will be 0 at IRR. We know that NP will be 0 at IRR. So calculate the IRR. So with 10% we already have, correct? With 10% we already have. We can just calculate with, let us say, 20% and try it. Okay. We can just calculate with 20% and try it. Okay. So into discounting factor at 20%. So this will be what? This will be 1 divided by 1.2 raised to 1 raised to 0. Okay. So my PV of cash flows, I'm just assuming that you guys remember the IRR, so I'm doing it quickly. In IRR, we do it with lower rate, NPV with lower rate, and NPV with higher rate. So with lower rate, we already have NPV of 10%. With lower rate, we already have NPV with 10%. So I have increased the rate. I have made it 20%. So this will be what? This will be 1.2 million into 1. Correct? This will be this amount into, oops, not this amount, right? Okay. Still NPV is what? NPV is still positive. NPV equal to correct. So now we can calculate IRR then. So I have NPV with lower rate of 10%. I also have NPV with higher rate of 10%. Put in your IRR formula. So IRR equal to what? Lower rate plus NPV of lower divided by NPV of lower minus NPV of higher, correct? And the whole thing into higher minus lower, right? So IRR is equal to what is the lower rate? Lower rate is 10% plus, okay. NPV of lower rate is how much? NPV of lower rate was this amount, 3219534, 3219534 divided by NPV of lower, so this amount minus 2.5 million, minus 2.5 million, and the whole thing into difference between 20 minus 10, 20 minus 10%. Okay, so that will be what? 10% plus into 10%, correct? So it is 54.74%. So even if the cost of capital goes to 54%, then only my NP will become 0. So with 10% is positive, with 10% it is positive, with 20% is also positive, with 30% also it will be positive. Only with 54% cost of capital it will give us 0 NPV. It will give us 0 NPV. Okay. So what was the old WACC? Old WACC was 10%. Okay. New WACC was 54%. What is the change in WACC? Change in WACC is 44%. 44%, right? So percentage change will be what? Percentage change will be 44 divided by 10 into 100. Change upon original into 100. So 440%. Okay, next doubt is, without IRR, can we find the rate where NPV is 0 with the help of earlier calculations? So that's what we did now. With the help of earlier calculation only we did. With the help of earlier calculation only we have find out the rate. Okay, so 10% we have kept it as it is. 10% was already there. Okay, so that we took it as a lower rate, and for higher rate we found out with new 20%. Okay, so here also we can afford, we don't need to bother about percentage change, right? Because it is 440%. Okay, change upon original into 100. So 440%. So management does not need to bother about, management doesn't need to bother about WACC. Okay, anything beyond 100%, anything beyond 100%, management does not need to bother about it. Okay, so management will only compare those elements which are below 100%, and that too, the lowest percentage will be the most sensitive one. Okay, so let us write down all those percentage changes. So percentage changes. How much for selling price? Tell me one by one. Selling price was how much? Cost was how much? Sales volume was how much? Then life was how much? Initial investment was how much? And your WACC was how much? So WACC was 440%. Correct. Initial investment was 280%. We don't need to bother about these two. These two are obviously not the most sensitive. Correct. How much was the life? What is the percentage calculation for the first four? Why that is not? See, like again the same thing. Okay, even with 400% change. Okay, even with 400% change, my NP will still be positive, right? Okay, so more the percentage. Okay, sorry, initial investment is 268%. More the percentage, lesser will be the sensitivity. Okay. Management can wait till 54%, right? 54% cost of capital. If the cost of capital is 54%, then only NP will be 0. Okay, so increase from 10% to 54%, it is a very high increase. Correct. Same logic we used for our initial investment. Next, life of the project was how much percentage? 69.66%. 69.66%. Is it for life or is it for selling price? Tell me these percentage, guys. Tell me for selling price, tell me for cost, tell me for sales volume, and tell me for life. One by one. Sales volume, selling price is 38.85. 38.85. Okay, then this is sales volume is 72.84 and cost is 83.25. 83.25. All of them are in percent, right? All of them are in percent. This is percent. This is also percent, and this is also percent. Okay. So which is the most sensitive? Which is the most sensitive then amongst them? Selling price will be the most sensitive, because with even a little change, even 38% change, correct? With selling price, even with 38% change, my NPV can become zero. Okay. Whereas cost, I can wait until 83.25%. Sales volume, I can wait until 72.84%. Life, I can wait till 69.66%. Initial investment and WACC, I will not even bother because that is way too high. Okay. But selling price, even with 38% change in selling price, okay, even with slight change in selling price, my NPV can become zero. Okay. So I need to worry about selling price first. Okay. Obviously, I will be concerned. I will be concerned if initial investment and WACC increases. I will be concerned, but I will not be as concerned as decrease in selling price. Correct? So that will be my final conclusion. Okay. Since selling price gets affected with the least change, okay, selling price is the most sensitive factor. Selling price is the most sensitive factor. Management should focus more on controlling the selling price, and then on what? Then on life of the project, then comes sales volume, then comes your cost of the project, then initial investment, and finally WACC. Okay, see if this understood. Yes, any doubt in this problem? Is this clear to everyone? So this is more of, mathematics rather than AFM. Correct? This is more on the lines of mathematics rather than your financial management. Okay. We are just checking which is the most sensitive one. So only that calculation of NPV was financial management. The only step one was financial management. Everything else is your basic maths, high school maths. Correct? Okay. So that covers our sensitivity analysis. Okay, doubt is please show calculation of 11.04 at X in sales volume. Okay, I think I'll have to control X, control Z everything. Okay, here it is, right? So see, in case of sales volume, if sales volume changes, NPV becomes 0. If sales volume decreases, NPV becomes 0. Okay. But if sales volume changes, that will not affect my selling price per unit and variable cost per unit. Correct? If sales volume changes, that will not affect my selling price per unit and variable cost per unit. So I'll keep selling price per unit same 75. I'll keep my variable cost per unit same 35. Correct? Volume was 40,000, 50,000, 60,000. Volume was sales volume was 40, 50 and 60,000. Instead of that, I'll take what? I'll not take XXX. Correct? Because then that ratio will change. So instead of XXX, what I'll take 40,000X. Sorry, instead of 40,000, I'll take 4X. Instead of 50,000, I'll take 5X. And instead of 60,000, I'll take 6X. 90% is for PAT. Discounting factor is 0.9091. Okay. So 75 minus 35 is common. And this total 4x into 90% into 0.9091 plus 5x into 90% into 0.8264 and plus 6x into 90% into 0.7513 gives me how much? Gives me 11.048x. Or if you had the previous calculation, okay, that previous calculation you can just divide by 10,000 because volume also I'm dividing by 10,000, right? Yes. Ratio should always be constant. If you don't keep the ratio constant now, I'll tell you what will happen. If you don't keep the ratio constant, it will give you a problem over here. It will give you a problem while you're calculating the new volume, and percentage change in each year will be different. Okay, and you will not be able to do that sensitivity analysis. So keeping that ratio constant is very important in this step. Okay, so 75 minus 35 remains same, and into this is 11.048x. Okay, solve it. So you will get the value of x. So x is equal to 2715. But I did not want x. I wanted what? My sales volume were not x. My sales volume were 4x, 5x, and 6x. So sales volume are 2715 into 4, 2715 into 5, and 2715 into 6. These are my new volume, and these were my old volume. So change and percentage change will remain same because ratio was same. Is this clear? So the next doubt is this ratio will not remain same when interest and fixed cost appear. It will still remain same. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why it will remain same. What I'll do, I'll formulate it as selling price minus variable cost into volume. Correct? This whole thing, I'll put a bracket over here. Okay, this whole thing minus fixed cost. Minus fixed cost. Correct? Then into 90% into discounting factor of year 1. That's it. Correct? Because fixed cost will come after contribution. Fixed cost will come after contribution. Okay, and then you can put one more bracket over here. You can put one more bracket over here. Okay, into 90% into discounting factor of year 1 plus the same thing then. So instead of putting a bracket over here, you can do it like this. Okay, then also the ratio will come out to be same. Then also that ratio will come out to be same. Yeah, we'll need to add that also. Then it will get even more complicated. It will get even more complicated. Okay. Any other doubt? Any other doubt? Okay. So I think enough for today. We have done the entire sensitivity analysis concept today. So that's enough for the day. Tomorrow we can start with real option. We'll start with real option. That is your Black and Scholes model. Huh? So tomorrow I don't want anyone to miss the lecture. Okay, tomorrow I don't want anyone to miss the lecture. It is very, very important. Tomorrow and day after tomorrow. Might be we'll need 2 days. And one more thing. Tomorrow I want everyone with a scientific calculator. Huh? Black-Scholes model cannot be solved without a scientific calculator. Okay, so I want everyone to bring us to have a scientific calculator. And if you don't have scientific calculator, download a scientific calculator app on your mobile. Yes, we are going to do the revision kit. Huh? We are going to do the revision kit problems also. Like in NPV, investment appraisal, we have already done revision kit problems. Okay, that sleep on hotel problems. APV, we have already done the revision kit problems. Okay, I'll not be able to do all the revision kit problems. I'll only do one revision kit problem per concept. Okay, here in your online batch, I can only do one revision kit problem per concept. Okay, so foreign NPV revision kit problem we have solved. WACC with foreign NPV revision kit problem we have solved. Okay, APV revision kit problem we have solved. Okay, Black-Scholes also revision kit problem will solve. Black-Scholes also revision kit problem will solve. Yes, yes, that is the Kaplan revision kit, exam kit, Kaplan exam kit. Okay. Yes, Bashir, as I told previously, there is network issue over here, and the size of the Zoom classes is way too high. It is a 2 hour class. Okay, it is a two hours recording, so it is quite a big size. Right now there are quite a few network issues over here. Okay, so I tried uploading the classes on Friday. I tried uploading the classes. Okay, but it is taking way too much time to upload a single class. Okay, so once the network issue is done, I'll upload it over here. And or otherwise I said I'll upload it on the drive. Okay, I can upload it on the drive. Okay, when will we finish the portion? What hurry you have to finish the portion? Are we in some hurry? Do we have exams right now in the next month? No, na. See, I can teach you to finish the portion, but since we have enough time, okay, yeah, since we have enough time, that's why I'm taking it slowly, and we are solving enough problems. Should we pick up the speed? If you guys want, we can pick up the speed then. Okay, because see, what I want to do is that I don't want you guys to again sit for this AFM classes, right? Okay, we don't want to again do this AFM class. So in this class itself, we'll solve everything plus one problem for each concept from exam kit. Okay, so that will be enough. That will be enough for you guys then, so that afterwards you can just keep on practicing your exam kit. Afterwards, you can just keep on practicing with your exam kit. Okay. Okay, then tomorrow we'll continue now. Tomorrow, and tomorrow, like I said, I need everyone with a scientific calculator or your app, mobile app, which has scientific calculator. Huh? Because without that, you will not be able to do the Black-Scholes model. Okay. And also if you can get the normal distribution table in front of you, that will be great. Otherwise, I'll provide it to you. Okay. Yes, real option tomorrow. We'll start with real options. That is also called as strategic NPV. So tomorrow I'll be explaining more of options. Okay, what is the options contract? What are the types of options? What is the Black-Scholes model? Okay, and basic problem of Black-Scholes model. And day after tomorrow, we'll solve an exam kit problem. Okay. Yeah. So I'll end the meeting now.